was published over the summer in an online journal called North of Oxford, and they were calling for pandemic-related stories. It's in first person. It isn't entirely about myself. People who know me know that I like to write in first person, but it really is sort of an amalgam of several people's stories and accounts that I've kind of worked into this piece that I call American Summer 2020. More record-breaking heats. With it comes assailing storms, sable skies peppered with bursts and cracks of bluish whites, along with a torrent of rain and swells of harrowing wind. God help us when hurricane season comes. The downpour subsides as I prepare for my trek to work. More violent precipitation is predicted at day's end, but for now, sultry air and ashen clouds prevail. I check the traffic report. Another Black Lives Matter protest in Midtown. Collective calls for dignity, equality, compassion, and justice. Although traversing the assemblage will add time to my commute, I'm nothing but supportive of their efforts. I marched with them during the strife-ridden spring, but despite the need for systemic change coalescing with a looming, unmitigated plague, the job beckons. Reopen in service of a plunging economy as sickness spreads. News radio provides updates during my labor-bound drive. The president offers misinformation, contradictions, and snide racist remarks. The governor has nothing but empty platitudes and prepared sound bites. The mayor conveys desperation, urging those who can to stay at home. But rent needs to be paid. Money is required for food, electricity, water, phone, car, and internet. Their fees are indifferent to the virus. I also need to keep the digital distractions funded. I'm not too proud to admit that I might go mad without them. Close to my destination, another obstacle, an angry throng making their way to City Hall. They wave Confederate flags. One banner features a crudely drawn swastika. Some brandish pistols and assault rifles. They elevate signs with an amalgam of messages. All lives matter. Jesus supports the Second Amendment. Open the bars. Hillary and Obama, partners in treason. Quarantine equals socialism. Destroy the deep state. I need a haircut. Re-elect Trump. Keep America great. Protect white heritage. COVID is a democratic hoax. Save the Aryan race. Quite a pack of dangerous, hateful morons spreading ignorance and disease. A source of figurative and literal pollution. No doubt a few members of this despicable mob will venture into my place of business, requiring me to hold my tongue to continue employment and hold my breath to stave off illness. Upon arrival at work, I put on my mask, a thick garnet-colored cloth shield that spans the entire lower half of my face. The supervisor is required to provide a flimsy disposable covering to those without. They fit poorly and frequently slip below the nose when speaking. I'm thankful I was able to procure my own washable protective gear during the early phases of the pandemic. For once, being a paranoid germaphobe proved beneficial. My temperature is taken in the back room out of public view to confirm that it's within normal parameters. I'm asked if any recognized symptoms are being experienced and affirm my healthy status. Industrial indigo latex gloves are issued before I'm sent to the floor. My assigned tasks have increased greatly from the pre-coronavirus era. In addition to my regular responsibilities, I must also enforce the company's safety policies. Statutes are fluid, shifting from week to week. As of today, no one may enter without some form of mask. Patrons must remain more than 6 feet apart from each other at all times, and moving of tables and chairs is prohibited. Most are compliant, but there are always a handful that argue, labeling me a fascist, an oppressor, a violator of their rights and freedoms, with occasional bouts of screaming and swearing. Some acquiesce, others make a scene before leaving and vowing never to return. My skin has grown thick. The insults and accusations fail to garner a reaction. I just repeat the stipulations in a detached, neutral tone and carry on. The verbal abuse is much more tolerable than the cleaning mandates. After each customer is left, I must scrub down any surface they've touched with a pungent bleach solution. Bathrooms are scoured with disinfectant every hour. The chemicals sting my eyes. Sweat constantly pouring from my brow. The perspiration bleeds into my pupils, making them constantly burn. I've taken to wearing bulky lab goggles during sanitation duties. My peers mock me, but their ridicule pales in comparison to the harsh bite of noxious fumes. The evening delivers its promised deluge. Drops of water spatter against the window with frenetic intensity. Physical and emotional exhaustion sets in. A final cleansing is administered. A complete sterilization from top to bottom. The tip jars are divided equally. A little well-earned financial boost until my next paycheck is deposited. I have pressed through the turbulent weather. It veils the moon and stars and casts night in its darkest incarnation. I opt for music on the return trip, drowning out detonations of thunder with the roar of guitars, a late microwavable dinner, one episode of a mindless television show, and I'm drifting into sleep, knowing I've done my part, made my contribution to this horribly aberrant version of reality. I may not be saving lives, but at least I'm keeping people caffeinated. Such is the vital role of a barista in the summer of 2020. Thank you.